In our Ukrainian context, and indeed in the European context, there is a lot of talk about war and peace and reconciliation, and especially in the context of the very drastic events that took place 2 years ago in Ukraine, in the conflict between Ukraine and Russia. Well, in this situation, a lot of intellectuals and politicians and economists are giving their own recipes of what to do today and what to do tomorrow in the future. This conference that we are organizing on Friday will be a great opportunity to look at the situation here in Ukraine, but also globally in Europe and maybe even broader than that, and see what a church that really has an experience of 2,000 years of thinking about these problems, but also being actively engaged in conflicts and peace building, to share those thoughts and experiences. Of course, a church in Ukraine is not a monolithic reality. Since Ukraine's independence, there are several different influential communities, not just churches, Christian churches, but also religious communities, just like Muslim community and Jewish community, other communities that have been really working together. And this is one very interesting and particular important feature of Ukrainian modern society, that there is no monolithic or dominating community. Different communities are in dialogue constantly with each other. And this is a very important experience to understand Ukrainian society and how it responds to different political, economic challenges and crises that we happen to be today. Of course, majority of different religious communities are very much open to integration to European Union and to rediscover our European identity. At the same time, many religious communities are in very close and important, intimate connection with spirituality of the East. So this symposium, this conference on the role of churches in peace building will be dealing from all these perspectives. I myself will be speaking on the very touchy question of the relationship between Ukraine and Russia, especially in the historical, perhaps slightly political and cultural dimension. But at the backdrop of that context, I'd like to propose a thesis that even though there is a very strong opposition on the level of politics and on the level of interstate conflict, there is a great potential to use religious sensibility, religious experience, and build a dialogue between churches in Ukraine, churches in Russia, churches in Europe, churches globally, and use the same kind of religious background on peace building, on a realization that it's the human life that is at stake, that's the dignity of every single person is at stake at any different conflict, that all these dimensions, especially religious dimension, can be potential for finding solutions. Ukraine has already had good peace building experience in the last several decades, and we've been learning and very open to learning more experiences of what happened in different countries around the world, and now bringing that learning experience and our own experience and actually putting it on the level of academic discourse, where some serious thought, serious propositions can be put on the table. All of these ideas can be brought and will be brought together at this conference, and I'm sure there will be some very important progress made at thinking and proposing to a Ukrainian society, maybe to a European society, how the church can be actively, productively, constructively involved in solving this crisis that we have between Ukraine and Russia, between this between East and West, between churches of the tradition and churches that are in avant-garde. So I'm looking forward to this event, and I'm sure that there will be really great outcome. Thank you.